So a few of the characteristics that I found in my research that make for a good lasting service learning experience for students is that the service should be integrated into the student's academic curriculum. And so you perhaps had a service experience where, and I know especially in Pennsylvania, you have often a senior project that's a requirement to graduate. And a lot of times that senior project requires a certain amount of service hours. So that is technically service learning because it's collaboration between the school and the community. However, I believe that it's not best practice in that it may be separated from the academic curriculum. So what happens, you actually integrate service learning into what you're teaching in the classroom. It does a couple of wonderful things. First of all, it will really add life to what you're teaching in the classroom, to your content, so it makes these abstract book concepts the students are reading come alive for them in a real world setting. But it also allows for the service experience to be one in which you are coming into the service experience much more prepared and much more thoughtful, because you have been grappling with the issues or the skills that you're using in that service setting in the classroom as well. And so your teacher is better preparing you for the service. Also, best practice in service includes really having a structured time for the students to have the opportunity to think about and talk about, write about what they're seeing in the service experience, and being able to draw the connections between what they're observing in the service and what they're learning in the classroom. So for your passion project, that's why I sent you out with a journal, and those questions are catered to your specific service site where your passion project is happening, and also with regards to what we're going to be talking about in class. So those of you who, for example, are going to work at the COOL program in Sharon may have had the question of finding where do you see the 9 dimensions of Afroculturalism in the setting where you're serving, where you're working with the students. So again, it's taking something from the what you're learning in class, which is theory, and applying it to what you see in the real world. While the important thing is, while you are actually participating and helping the community through participating in that after-school program. Lastly, and this is something that I'm a great believer in, and this is why, again, your journal is something that you're supposed to be keeping up every week that you go to your passion project. The reflection should occur throughout. It shouldn't be something that you just write up at the end. And I want you to think for a moment about why that might be the case. Why is it important to reflect throughout your experience instead of waiting till the end? So hopefully you've considered that one is that you may forget things if you wait till the end to reflect. But also research shows with the brain that when you have an experience, if you don't reflect on it within like less than a second, that experience most likely will escape your long-term memory. So if you are reflecting, attaching it to emotion in your brain, then you're more likely to remember it much longer.